Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about Myth of Empires. This is a game that I'm going to be trying to cover a little bit of over the next couple of weeks. And if you guys enjoy it, then hopefully I'll cover it a little bit more. But you may have heard about this game. It's only just recently come out into its early access stage. It came out on the 18th of November, I think. So it is literally only been out and played on for about 2 weeks, just around 2 weeks. And yeah, essentially, Myth of Empires, what is it? It is a massively online, open world survival game, exactly like those like Ark, Atlas, Conan Exiles or Rust, if you've ever played one of those games. It is exactly the same as those, except for, in my opinion, it takes the best aspect of those games and combines it into one major and massive game. It takes a lot of different aspects from those different games, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. We'll just talk about what the game actually is. So essentially what you're going to be doing is, the game is set in sort of medieval Chinese period, and you have all different sorts of zones on the map. You have your forests, your plains, your mountains, your deserts, all these major areas, and the map is absolutely enormous. The fastest way you can possibly travel around it is by horse, and even that takes a very long time. In the centre of your map there is going to be a city. Now the ultimate goal for you and your guild is to combine as many players as you can together, because this game can be played solo or with friends, and you can even have your own servers. But ultimately the way it works is you'll have to go into a player versus enemy server first until you hit a certain point, and then you're allowed to move over to PvP, which I think PvP will have additional multipliers to your gathering and resource rate. But again, we'll talk about that in a moment, because essentially the goal of the game is to get all of these people together, all of your friends, and build an empire. You want to gather resources, you want to go hunting, you want to create different weapons and armors and improve your thralls, which you're going to get, and we'll talk about that. And essentially the ultimate goal for you on your server is to capture the capital city in the middle, which is going to hold the best of the loot that you can find anywhere on the map. There's also going to be other massive strongholds owned by sort of AI factions, like the River Bandits, the Yellow Turban Bandits, and the Rebels. You've got all these different AI factions that have their own strongholds in different positions on the maps, and you can sort of take these places over. You can also build buildings inside of them in order to gather specific resources that you wouldn't be able to access otherwise. Also in doing this you can unlock different recipes for armors, weapons and all sorts of different construction items. But the ultimate goal is, like I said, to capture the main city. Now once you do this and you've taken the capital city in the centre of the map, you can start to engage other guilds and other clans on different servers. So all of the counties will eventually cross over into each other, and the clan that owns the county or owns the capital city can implement different rules and taxes onto all of the players' clans within that county, within that server. So whatever you do, it has a massive impact on how everyone else plays the game. And there are also different fortresses that you have to then besiege. And you might be thinking, well, how are we going to do that? There's not enough people. Well, this is one of the aspects that it brings in from other games, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So you won't necessarily be playing alone. Even if you're playing solo, you won't be playing alone. One of the best aspects that this game brings into it and incorporates is the fact that you can recruit different people. So you can go out and you can either basically bribe them to come and join you, or you can beat them into submission. Now you can then build up these players' skills, or these AI skills. You can make them good in one-handed, in polearms, two-handed, and have them fight alongside you, or you can use them as your labour force. So you can have them gathering wood, stone, taming and breeding horses. Anything that you need doing, they will do, and essentially they will become your labour force and your army, which you will need. If you're playing on a PvP server, you'll want as many of these guys as you can get, as many of these warriors, and you'll want to have them attack different bases and help you raid. So you'll never be playing on your own so long as you build up this force. But you're also going to need them as best as you can get them, because you're going to need them to attack fortresses Now this is another element that they've brought into this game which is absolutely fantastic and hasn't really been done anywhere else, and that is the sieges. So outside of your actual server, you can join a battlefield with your guild and anyone else, and you can contest other guilds and fight against other guilds for a fortress settlement or for the main capital city in the centre of the map. Now the fortresses you will have to besiege with different sorts of catapults, ballistas, trebuchets. You've got your battering rams, siege towers, and you'll need all of these different AI characters in order to help you progress through that and actually take the settlement itself. So you'll never be playing alone, and these battles get intense and hectic because every player can obviously have a certain amount of AIs, and the more people you have per guild, the larger your army becomes, until you have hundreds of people on a field fighting another guild with hundreds of people on the field, and the battles can get insanely massive and intense very quickly. That is your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to build your own empire and take over the server that you're playing in, no matter how you do it. So you'll start off with essentially nothing, and you'll build up very slowly. You can even trade with AI and other people, and just build your way up slowly, gathering different resources, increasing your knowledge and skills, and there you can increase your knowledge of different metals, improving armors and creating different weapons. And like I said, the more you engage with other AI factions, the more you can unlock and sort of play around with. So there's a lot, and it's a really, really interesting game. I'm going to be checking it out and putting up a few guides and maybe a few little playthroughs on it and see how it goes. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I just thought I'd give this a little brief about it and essentially what it is. And yeah, we'll get on a few videos over the next couple weeks on the actual gameplay itself and how it runs. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you're interested, make sure to check it out because it will be in the link. It will be in a link down in the description below. And like I said, because it's so new, not that many people really know what they're doing on it. So it is a good opportunity to jump on it because it is just good fun at this stage. Unlike other games which kind of aren't really possible to get into now because people are so far ahead, this is brand new and it really gives you a good opportunity to have a bit of fun on it and just play the game and play it with your friends and enjoy it. But otherwise guys, that's all I wanted to talk about, and like I said, we'll be having some videos and guides and different things on this game coming up over the next couple of weeks, and I hope you guys enjoy it and join it with me. So here we go. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. It just supports the channel out and it keeps you notified with everything that's going to be coming out on it. And if you've got any suggestions or comments or recommendations, anything you generally like me to know or like to get across, any questions, then please leave them down in the comments below, or go ahead and join us on the Discord where you can leave them in there as well. But otherwise guys, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.